When we think about animals, we often picture them as companions, our playful dogs, our curious cats, or even the birds that greet us with cheerful songs. But for many, animals are far more than just pets. They are healers, protectors, and sometimes even lifesavers. Science has shown us that animals have an extraordinary ability to sense human emotions, detect illnesses, and provide comfort during our darkest moments. They bridge the gap between silence and understanding, offering a kind of love that is pure, patient, and unconditional. Imagine a dog sniffing out cancer before any doctor could diagnose it. Picture a rescue cat calming the nightmares of a veteran struggling with PTSD. Or think about dolphins unlocking communication in children with autism. These are not just coincidences, they are powerful reminders of how animals can touch our lives in ways we never thought possible. In today's video, we will explore the incredible, life-changing ways animals heal us. From stories of instinctive life-saving acts to quiet moments of emotional support, these real-life accounts show that sometimes the greatest healers don't wear white coats. They have paws, wings, or fins. Prepare to witness the magic of the human-animal bond and how these silent healers are changing lives every single day. In the quiet comfort of a suburban home, a woman noticed something strange about her dog's behavior. For days, her normally playful Labrador retriever, Max, had become fixated on a small mole on her leg. He would sniff it, nudge it with his nose, and even whimper when she pulled away. At first, she dismissed it as odd behavior, but Max's persistence was impossible to ignore. Trusting her loyal companion's instincts, she scheduled a doctor's appointment. Tests revealed something shocking. Max had detected a malignant melanoma in its early stages, a cancer that, if left untreated, could have been deadly. But thanks to Max's keen sense of smell and unwavering concern, the cancer was caught in time and her life was saved. Dogs like Max possess an extraordinary gift. Scientific research has confirmed that dogs can detect certain types of cancer, including skin, breast, and lung cancer, by smelling volatile organic compounds produced by cancerous cells. Their sense of smell is 10,000 to 100,000 times more sensitive than humans, allowing them to pick up scents that medical tests might miss. In fact, medical researchers are now training dogs to detect various forms of cancer in controlled settings. Programs around the world are studying how dogs can assist in early detection, especially for cancers that are notoriously difficult to diagnose in their early stages. But for Max, it wasn't about science, it was about love. His bond with his owner drove him to act. He didn't need training to know something was wrong. His heart knew, his instincts knew, and his persistence saved her life. Stories like Max's remind us that animals often understand more than we realize. They can sense subtle changes in our bodies and emotions, picking up on cues that escape human detection. It's in these quiet, instinctive moments that we see how deeply animals are connected to us. Max's story is not unique. There are countless accounts of dogs alerting their owners to cancer, diabetes complications, and even impending seizures. Their abilities are still being studied, but one thing is certain. Animals have a remarkable capacity to protect and heal us simply by being themselves. Max wasn't just a dog, he was a guardian angel in fur, proving that sometimes the greatest protectors are the ones who sit quietly at our feet. War leaves scars that are often invisible. For many veterans, returning home is not the end of the battle, it's the beginning of another fight. Nightmares, anxiety, and a constant sense of unease become a part of daily life. This was the reality for Daniel, a former soldier who struggled with severe post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, after serving in combat. Daniel's days were filled with anxiety, and his nights were haunted by memories he couldn't escape. Isolation became his only comfort. Friends and family tried to help, but nothing seemed to ease the relentless pain and fear. Then one day, Daniel made a decision that would change everything. He adopted a small, quiet rescue cat named Willow. Willow was not a trained therapy animal. She was a timid cat who had been abandoned and left to fend for herself. Yet, in their brokenness, Daniel and Willow found something remarkable: understanding. Willow didn't demand conversation or explanations. She simply existed beside him, offering silent companionship that didn't judge or question. At night, when Daniel woke up in panic, Willow would softly climb onto his chest, purring steadily. That rhythmic sound, the steady rise and fall of her breathing, became an anchor for Daniel. It pulled him back from the edge, grounding him in the present. Slowly, the nightmares became less frequent, and the crushing anxiety started to lift. Studies have shown that interacting with animals can significantly reduce stress and anxiety. The act of petting a cat or dog releases oxytocin, a hormone that promotes feelings of love and bonding. For people with PTSD, this simple connection can ease hypervigilance and create a sense of safety. Willow became more than just a pet. She became a lifeline. Daniel began to open up again, first to Willow, and then gradually to the people around him. The small responsibilities of caring for her, feeding, grooming, and playing, gave him purpose. It was the first step toward reclaiming his life. Daniel's story isn't unique. Thousands of veterans have found comfort and healing through the companionship of animals. Whether it's a service dog trained to detect anxiety attacks or a rescue cat that simply offers silent support, animals have an extraordinary ability to heal wounds that medicine cannot. Willow didn't know about Daniel's trauma. She didn't understand PTSD, but she knew how to be there. And sometimes that's all it takes to begin healing: a quiet presence, a soft purr in the dark, and the unconditional love of an animal who asks for nothing but love in return. In the shimmering blue waters of a therapeutic dolphin center, a quiet child stood at the edge of the pool. His name was Ethan, a 6-year-old boy diagnosed with autism. For years, Ethan had struggled with communication, avoiding eye contact, and retreating into a world of silence. His parents had tried every form of therapy, but progress was slow until they discovered dolphin-assisted therapy. As Ethan gently reached out, a dolphin named Luna swam gracefully toward him. Luna didn't hesitate or judge. She simply floated beside him, mirroring his stillness. Slowly, Ethan stretched his hand into the water, his fingers brushing Luna's smooth skin. For the first time in months, Ethan smiled. This simple moment was the beginning of something extraordinary. Over the next few sessions, Ethan began making sounds, attempts to mimic the dolphin's whistles and clicks. His eyes started following Luna's movements, breaking through the barrier that had kept him isolated for so long. Small gestures turned into bigger breakthroughs. Ethan began responding to his therapist, showing emotions he had once hidden. But why dolphins? Research has shown that dolphins emit echolocation clicks, sounds that create gentle vibrations in the water. Some scientists believe these vibrations have a calming effect on the human brain, stimulating areas linked to emotions and communication. For children with autism, this sensory interaction can be incredibly soothing and engaging. Dolphins are also naturally playful and empathetic creatures. Their non-threatening behavior allows children to interact freely without the pressure of social norms. In Ethan's case, Luna's gentle curiosity broke through his silence, offering comfort and connection without words. Families from around the world have turned to dolphin-assisted therapy, hoping for the same breakthroughs. While it's not a cure, many parents report remarkable improvements in their children's behavior: better eye contact, improved communication, and even emotional expression. Of course, ethical treatment of dolphins is essential in these programs. The most effective therapies prioritize the well-being of the animals, ensuring that dolphins like Luna are treated with respect and care. When this balance is achieved, the results can be life-changing for both humans and dolphins. For Ethan, those sessions with Luna opened a door that had long been closed. His laughter, once a rare sound, began to fill the air. His parents watched in awe as their son connected with the world around him in ways they had only dreamed of. Sometimes healing doesn't come in a doctor's office or through medication. Sometimes it comes in the form of a dolphin's gentle nudge, reminding us that connection can be built without words and that love can transcend every barrier. In the rolling hills of a peaceful ranch, a man named Marcus stands nervously by a wooden fence. His hands tremble, not from the cold, but from the weight of his past. For years, Marcus battled addiction, struggling to escape the grip of substance abuse that nearly destroyed his life. Traditional therapy had failed him, but today he's here for something different. Not counseling, not medication. Today, his therapist is a horse named Willow. At first, Marcus is hesitant. Willow stands tall and calm, her dark eyes watching him with quiet curiosity. She doesn't judge his past or his struggles. She simply waits. Slowly, Marcus steps closer. Willow takes a small step forward too. In that moment, something shifts. A silent understanding passes between them. For the first time in years, Marcus feels safe. This is the quiet magic of equine therapy. Horses, by their very nature, are deeply intuitive animals. They mirror human emotions, responding to body language, energy, and intent. If a person approaches with anxiety or fear, the horse may back away or become restless, but when approached with calm and honesty, horses offer trust and connection. For people like Marcus, this non-verbal communication becomes a mirror to their own emotions. Horses can reveal hidden fears and anxieties, encouraging participants to confront what lies beneath the surface. In Marcus's case, his initial nervousness reflected his inner turmoil, but as he learned to calm his body and mind, Willow responded with trust, teaching him that healing begins from within. Equine therapy isn't just about riding horses, it's about building a relationship. Grooming, leading, and simply being present with the horse teaches responsibility, patience, and emotional awareness. Tasks that seem simple, like guiding a horse through an obstacle, become metaphors for life's challenges. For many recovering from addiction, trauma, or mental health struggles, these lessons are transformative. Horses don't care about past mistakes. They live in the present, teaching their human partners to do the same. This powerful connection helps rebuild self-esteem, trust, and emotional resilience. Programs across the world are using equine-assisted therapy to help veterans with PTSD, survivors of abuse, and those battling addiction. Studies show that working with horses can lower blood pressure, reduce stress hormones, and improve emotional regulation. But beyond the science, it's the emotional breakthroughs that truly matter. Marcus's journey was not easy, but every step he took with Willow beside him was a step away from his past and toward a future he never thought possible. Over time, he learned to trust not only Willow, but himself. The fear began to fade, replaced by confidence and quiet strength. In the presence of horses, words aren't necessary. Healing happens in the quiet moments, the brushing of a mane, the steady rhythm of hooves, and the unspoken bond between two souls learning to trust again. Sometimes the path to healing isn't paved with words. Sometimes it's walked beside a horse. For centuries, humans have shared a special bond with animals, but only in recent decades have scientists begun to truly understand the profound impact this relationship has on our physical and emotional health. Behind every heartwarming story of healing is a growing body of research that explains why animals can comfort, heal, and even save lives. One of the most fascinating aspects of this connection lies in the way animals influence our brain chemistry. Studies have shown that interacting with animals triggers the release of oxytocin, often called the love hormone. This hormone fosters feelings of trust, bonding, and emotional warmth. Just a few minutes of petting a dog or a cat can significantly reduce stress and anxiety by lowering cortisol, the body's main stress hormone. But the science goes deeper. Dogs, for example, possess an extraordinary sense of smell, detecting diseases such as cancer, diabetes, and even neurological disorders. Research has revealed that dogs can sniff out volatile organic compounds, tiny odor molecules produced by abnormal cells. In clinical trials, trained dogs have successfully identified lung, breast, and even ovarian cancers at early stages, sometimes more accurately than medical tests. Therapy animals also play a vital role in emotional recovery. When individuals with depression, anxiety, or PTSD interact with animals, their bodies respond in remarkable ways. Heart rates stabilize, blood pressure drops, and the brain shifts from a state of hypervigilance to one of calm. Consider veterans struggling with PTSD. Studies show that interacting with service dogs reduces the frequency and severity of anxiety episodes, nightmares, and emotional distress. The simple act of caring for a dog, feeding, walking, and grooming, creates routine and responsibility, helping veterans reintegrate into daily life. In children with autism, animals serve as bridges to the world around them. Research demonstrates that therapy animals, particularly dogs and dolphins, can improve social interaction, communication skills, and even sensory processing. Animals provide a safe, non-judgmental space where children can explore relationships without fear or pressure. Even in hospitals, the presence of animals has been proven to accelerate recovery. Patients who interact with therapy animals report less pain, faster healing, and reduced need for pain medications. This is because positive human-animal interactions stimulate the body's natural healing processes, enhancing both mental and physical resilience. Equine therapy, as we've seen, helps individuals struggling with addiction and trauma by promoting emotional regulation and building trust. Horses' sensitivity to human emotion requires participants to be present and mindful, fostering self-awareness and emotional growth. As research in this field grows, medical professionals are beginning to incorporate animal-assisted therapy into traditional treatment plans. Hospitals, mental health clinics, and rehabilitation centers are recognizing that healing isn't just about medicine, it's about connection. Science is proving what many of us have always felt. Animals have a profound ability to heal us both physically and emotionally. Whether it's a dog detecting cancer, a horse rebuilding trust, or a dolphin unlocking a child's voice, the bond between humans and animals is more than companionship. It's a powerful form of therapy that touches the mind, body, and soul. At the core of every animal story of healing lies a simple yet profound truth. Animals offer unconditional love. This love is not bound by words, expectations, or judgments. It is a pure, constant presence, and it has the power to heal wounds that no medication or therapy alone can touch. Take, for example, the story of Bella, an elderly woman living alone after the loss of her husband. After years of grieving, Bella found herself sinking into a deep depression, one that left her disconnected from the world. She had no children, no close family, and her home felt emptier with each passing day. It wasn't until a local animal shelter brought her a small dog named Daisy that everything began to change. Daisy was a scruffy, playful dog who had been abandoned as a puppy. She didn't know Bella's pain, nor did she care about her past. All she knew was that she needed love and companionship, and Bella seemed like the perfect person to provide it. From the moment Daisy bounded into Bella's arms, something inside Bella began to shift. In the following weeks, Daisy became Bella's constant companion. She woke her up in the morning with gentle nudges, kept her company during quiet afternoons, and curled up next to her in the evening as Bella read her favorite books. It was as though Daisy was determined to remind Bella that she wasn't alone in the world. And slowly, Bella began to heal. Her days were filled with purpose as she cared for Daisy. The daily walks around the neighborhood and the simple joy of watching Daisy play in the garden brought light back into her life. More importantly, Bella began to laugh again, the first time in years. Daisy's love was a balm for her broken heart, a constant reminder that she was still needed, still worthy of love. This is the power of unconditional love. It's a love that asks for nothing in return, but offers everything. Animals, in their simplicity and purity, give us a kind of affection that we often struggle to find in our complex human relationships. They don't judge us for our mistakes, our flaws, or our past. They simply love us as we are, and in doing so, they help us heal. Studies show that animals, particularly dogs, are uniquely capable of sensing their owners' emotional states. They can detect when we're sad, anxious, or stressed, and they instinctively offer comfort. It's as if they understand on a deep level that love can heal, and they're willing to give it freely. The presence of an animal doesn't just soothe our emotional pain, it helps us reconnect with ourselves. The act of caring for an animal, of nurturing them and receiving their love in return, rebuilds our sense of self-worth. It reminds us that we are not defined by our past struggles, but by the love we give and receive. Bella's transformation was a testament to the power of love. Daisy didn't change her past, but she gave her the strength to face each day with hope. The unconditional love of an animal can fill the empty spaces in our hearts, and in doing so, help us heal wounds that have long been buried. In the end, it's not just the companionship of animals that heals us, it's their unwavering ability to love us exactly as we are. Their love is a constant reminder that no matter what we've been through, we are deserving of care, affection, and happiness. As more and more people discover the healing potential of animals, the future of animal-assisted therapy looks brighter than ever. Across the world, therapy animals are becoming an integral part of treatment programs, not only for mental health conditions like PTSD, anxiety, and depression, but also for physical ailments, developmental disorders, and emotional recovery. But what does the future hold? With advancements in research and technology, we are only beginning to understand the full scope of the impact animals can have on our well-being. One of the most exciting developments is the growing field of virtual animal-assisted therapy, where technology is being used to create digital connections with animals. Imagine a patient recovering from surgery, unable to leave their hospital room. While traditional animal therapy requires physical presence, digital therapy allows patients to interact with virtual pets through video calls or VR technology, providing them with the emotional benefits of animal companionship without the logistical barriers. But beyond virtual therapy, there is also a revolution taking place in the way animals are trained and utilized in therapeutic settings. Advances in animal behavior research are enabling more precise training for therapy animals, ensuring that they can help people with a wider range of conditions. For example, new training methods are making it possible for animals to recognize specific emotional states in their human companions and respond accordingly, providing targeted emotional support. Another growing trend is the use of animal-assisted therapy in schools. As more teachers and therapists recognize the positive impact animals have on children's emotional and social development, we are seeing a rise in programs where animals are brought into classrooms to help students with anxiety, ADHD, or other learning challenges. These animals help children feel safe and supported, allowing them to thrive academically and emotionally. Equine therapy, too, is experiencing a surge in popularity. More facilities are offering equine-assisted programs for individuals struggling with addiction, trauma, or mental health issues. Horses are unique in their ability to mirror human emotions and encourage trust and emotional regulation. As more people experience the healing power of working with horses, equine therapy is gaining recognition as one of the most effective forms of animal-assisted care. Looking to the future, we can also expect to see more collaborations between therapists, medical professionals, and animal welfare organizations. By working together, these experts can ensure that therapy animals are not only providing emotional support, but are also treated ethically and humanely. There is a growing recognition that animal-assisted therapy should prioritize the well-being of the animals involved, creating programs that benefit both humans and animals. Finally, the stigma around therapy animals is beginning to fade. What was once seen as an unconventional form of treatment is now becoming a widely accepted part of mainstream mental health care. As awareness grows, more people will have access to the life-changing benefits of animal-assisted therapy, leading to a brighter future for those who need it most. The journey of healing, whether it's emotional, physical, or mental, can be long and difficult, but with animals by our side, we can face the challenges ahead with courage, hope, and the unwavering support of our furry, feathered, and hoofed companions. At the heart of animal-assisted therapy lies one undeniable truth: it works. While the science behind it is fascinating, the real proof is in the transformative stories of individuals who have experienced life-changing healing through their connection with animals. These are not just isolated anecdotes. They are real, heartwarming stories of people whose lives have been forever altered by the unconditional love and companionship of animals. Take the story of Jessica, a young woman who had been living with severe depression for most of her adult life. Despite trying various therapies and medications, nothing seemed to make a lasting difference. That is, until she was introduced to a therapy dog named Max. Max was a golden retriever with a gentle, calm demeanor, the kind of dog who could sense when something was wrong and would quietly sit by your side. When Jessica first met Max, she was skeptical. She had been hurt so many times by failed treatments and broken promises of recovery. But Max's quiet presence began to make a difference. Every week, Jessica would visit the therapy center where Max worked. At first, she just sat quietly in the corner, watching Max interact with other patients. Slowly, she began to open up. There was something about Max's steady gaze, his calm energy, that made her feel safe, like it was okay to let her guard down. She began to talk to him, and soon she was sharing her deepest struggles, the pain she had kept hidden for so long. Over time, something shifted in Jessica. The simple act of caring for Max, feeding him, brushing him, and taking him on walks, became a lifeline. She learned to look forward to her sessions, to expect moments of peace in her otherwise chaotic mind. Max didn't have to say a word. His love, his presence, was enough to help Jessica rebuild trust in herself and in the world around her. Jessica's journey is just one of many. From young children with autism learning to communicate with the world through animal interactions, to veterans who have found solace in the steady companionship of service dogs, animal-assisted therapy is touching lives in ways we never could have imagined. And it's not just the patients who benefit. Take Robert, a Vietnam War veteran who suffered from severe PTSD. He had spent decades in isolation, struggling with the memories of the war, the trauma that had haunted him every day. When he was paired with a service dog named Scout, Robert's world began to change. Scout wasn't just a dog, he was Robert's protector, his constant companion. When Robert would have flashbacks or panic attacks, Scout was there, nudging him, providing comfort. The dog's presence helped Robert stay grounded in the present, easing the grip of the past. Over time, Scout became more than a service dog. He became Robert's lifeline, a bridge to a life outside the shadows of war. In every corner of the world, stories like Jessica's and Robert's unfold daily. There are stories of children with severe behavioral challenges whose lives have been transformed by the companionship of therapy animals, of individuals recovering from addiction who find strength in the quiet presence of a horse, and of elderly people regaining their zest for life through the gentle touch of a therapy cat or dog. These stories remind us that the bond between humans and animals is not only heartwarming, it's life-saving. Animals give us more than companionship. They offer hope, healing, and the chance to rewrite our own narratives. They help us find a way out of darkness and into the light with each step they take beside us. As the field of animal-assisted therapy continues to grow, more and more lives will be touched. The transformative power of animals is something we cannot overlook. In their quiet way, they teach us to heal, to trust, and to love again. As we reflect on the incredible power of animals to heal, comfort, and restore, it's clear that their role in therapy is not just a passing phase, but an enduring legacy that continues to grow and evolve. From the first moments humans began to share their lives with animals, the connection has been one of mutual benefit. In ancient civilizations, animals were revered for their strength, intelligence, and loyalty, but it is only in the modern age that we've begun to understand just how deeply animals can impact our emotional and physical well-being. The legacy of animal-assisted therapy is rooted in compassion, the same compassion that animals offer us time and time again. It's a legacy built on empathy, trust, and love. Each story of healing, every breakthrough moment, adds a layer to this ever-expanding tradition. This legacy is visible in the increasing number of therapy animal programs being established worldwide. From urban hospitals to remote communities, animal-assisted therapy has woven its way into the fabric of healthcare, mental health care, and beyond. It's not just limited to major cities anymore. People everywhere are beginning to recognize the healing potential of animals. But the most inspiring part of this legacy is the future it promises. As the fields of science and therapy continue to evolve, the understanding of how animals can be integrated into healthcare and recovery efforts grows. New methods of training animals are being developed to ensure they can support a wider range of emotional and psychological needs, and as technology advances, we may soon find new ways to use virtual and remote animal-assisted therapy to reach even more individuals. Additionally, more and more therapists are embracing animal-assisted techniques as part of their broader healing approach, and educational institutions are recognizing the value of training service animals to assist students with special needs. The stigma that once surrounded these therapies is steadily fading as people witness firsthand the incredible impact animals can have on human lives. And perhaps most importantly, the legacy of animal-assisted therapy emphasizes one universal truth. The profound bond between humans and animals is not just about us helping them, but about them helping us. It's a partnership, one that is built on mutual respect and care. Looking ahead, we can only imagine the endless possibilities for animal-assisted therapy. From helping the elderly navigate the challenges of aging to supporting those recovering from addiction, animal-assisted therapy will continue to be a powerful tool for positive change. Whether it's a dog helping a child with autism speak their first words, or a horse guiding someone through their darkest moments, the role of animals in our lives is more important than ever. But perhaps the most enduring part of this legacy will be the emotional connection we share with these remarkable creatures. They may not speak our language, but they understand our hearts in ways that few others can. In their eyes, we find comfort, compassion, and ultimately, healing. As we continue to discover the full extent of what animals can teach us, one thing is certain. The healing power of animals will remain a cornerstone of human wellness for generations to come.